Hello friends, I'm John, and this is my YouTube channel where I make videos about whatever I feel like. Today, I feel like showing you what's in my backpack. This bag dump video is a follow-up from my EDC video from last week. If you haven't seen that one, you can check it out here, or the link in the video description. Nothing in this video is sponsored. Everything you see I bought with my own money. There are links to some of the items featured in the video in the description. Those include affiliate links, so I may get a small commission if you buy anything using them, which helps support the channel. But all opinions are my own honest thoughts. Also, this video isn't about camera bags or photography gear. I'll do another video later for what's in my camera bag, if that is interesting to you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Now, on to the gear. What I've packed today is an example loadout of what I use for a full day working away from home. The bag I'm using is one of my all-time favorites from the 511 Tactical Covert line. Unfortunately, they don't make this exact backpack anymore, and I haven't tried the updated version. But if it is anything like this one, it will be great. This one looks good, is comfortable, durable, and has plenty of storage and flexibility. On the base of the left strap, I keep a locking D-ring carabiner with a section of 550 paracord and two little squeeze clamp cord locks. This is useful for securing items to my bag if I need to while I'm out. It can hold my jacket, a shopping bag, or a variety of other items. On the top of the bag, I have a medium hero clip to hold my bag up off the ground. I said this in the last video, and it is worth saying again. I love these things. They're one of my favorite accessories. I also have a TSA combination cable lock here in case I need a lock while I'm out. On the top of the bag is a small pouch with a soft liner where I keep my sunglasses and a face mask. While I don't need to carry a face mask for public health reasons anymore, I keep one in here still because it's fire season and I'm in Southern California. So air quality can quickly drop in an emergency situation, and a good face mask makes a huge difference. This bag has two external pockets that are suitable for a water bottle or umbrella. In this pocket is my water bottle, the double wall insulated Brita filter bottle. This bottle improves the taste of water if I need to refill it from a public water source and keeps water cold for a reasonably long time. In the other pocket, I have my coffee cup. This is the Contigo West Loop stainless steel 16-ounce travel mug with auto seal lid. I make my coffee at home, and this is the best travel mug I've ever used. I don't trust it enough to toss it in my bag like Contigo claims you can, but as long as you seal the lid properly, it seems solid, and I've never had mine leak on me. Finally, on the outside, I've got my Garmin InReach Mini. This thing is completely unnecessary in urban and suburban environments where I would normally carry this setup, but I still carry it just so I am used to using it, and I remember to periodically turn it on and make sure everything still works. If you're not familiar, this is a Bluetooth GPS device and satellite communicator. It is also an emergency SOS beacon. It requires a paid subscription and lets you use the associated app to send text messages and GPS coordinates via satellite from anywhere in the world. It also has an SOS button to contact the company's search and rescue service. I've thankfully never needed to test the SOS functions, but I do use this to check in with family and friends when I'm camping or on an adventure where there is no cell service. You can also set it to drop periodic GPS waypoints as breadcrumbs, so your loved ones can follow your movements via an online map. It isn't perfect, but I'm happy with it. It gives the people I care about peace of mind while I'm off doing my thing, and it gives me an out in the event of an emergency. There's a newer version of this, and I'll eventually upgrade, but I haven't needed to yet. This bag has two small, easy access pockets on the front. The first pocket is where I keep my consumables. In here is a lip balm, some antacid tablets, a small bottle of hand sanitizer, and a snack bar. The other pocket is where I keep my headphones and whatever other small tech item I'm paying attention to at the moment. The headphones are the Sony WF-1000XM3 wireless noise cancelling Bluetooth earbuds. I love these things, and they're paired to my phone and the laptop we'll get to in a bit. My current other tech accessory that has my attention is the Flipper Zero. I'm no expert on this thing, but I'm learning. Moving on to the next pocket, this is where the MOLLE connectors are in this bag. I have some small pouches and organizers that work well in here like these, but I don't always use them. Right now, I just have this Night Eyes locking S-Beaner so I can easily store things if needed, like this little waterproof pill case for my medication. Also, stuck in the webbing is a pair of stainless steel snips or electrician scissors. These are designed for cutting and stripping wires, but they're basically super heavy-duty scissors that can cut through practically anything. Next is my screwdriver. I have two that I choose from when packing my backpack. This first one is the small one I carry when I don't have a reason to carry the big one. It's a little Stanley pen screwdriver with two Phillips head and two slotted bits. Great for opening and fixing small electronics and similar devices. If I need something more substantial, I have this Husky ratcheting screwdriver. It came with a bunch of bits, but holds 6 of them in the handle. I'll swap this in for the smaller one if I think I'll need it. Also, this is where my flashlight lives if it isn't in my pocket. This light is the Wubin C3, which is a great semi-budget light with USB-C charging. Lastly, in the pouch is the Anbernic RG353 handheld emulation console. This is my video games on the go device and is one of my favorite things. Sometimes I'll carry my Steam Deck instead, but I found that to be too bulky to carry all the time. If you want to carry an emulation handheld, there are lots of options out there, but the RG353V was the sweet spot between performance, features, and portability when I bought it. Above that pocket is the admin pocket for this bag. My little notebook kit, e-reader, lighter, multi-tool, and pens live in here. I've covered most of this in the EDC video, linked in the description in case you missed it, but in addition to those items, I have a Sharpie permanent marker and a red gel pen, both of which are helpful for the work that I do. Also, if I'm carrying my tablet, which we'll get to in a minute, I have an active stylus in here. Next up is what I refer to as the meeting pouch compartment. This section of the bag has the loop side of hook and loop fasteners on one side, so you can attach different things in here if you want to. I normally keep either my big notebook in here or my tablet. Sometimes both, depending on what meetings or work I have to do for the day. I'm a guy who still likes keeping paper notes for long-running projects and long-term clients. I have this leather journal cover that holds my notebook and a pen. I have a couple of different notebooks I will swap in here for different things to keep them organized by projects or by client, and I also tend to keep a nicer pen in here than my normal EDC pen. This one is a Picasso 902 rollerball pen, which I think is a solid choice in its price range, and I've been happy with it. Instead of, or sometimes in addition to the notebook, is my tablet. I like a tablet for traveling and for taking notes on smaller or unrelated projects. It is also nice if you need to sketch anything out or quickly do something online that is more intensive than something you would do on your phone, but not worth pulling out the laptop. Also, if I'm giving a presentation and have my laptop hooked up to a projector or other display, having a secondary computer for notes and to look up answers to any questions is useful. This particular tablet is a Chewy Hi10X Windows tablet with removable keyboard case, and I keep a microfiber cleaning cloth between the screen and the keyboard. I'm not happy with this tablet though, and it isn't what I would buy if I was in the market for one right now. First, the USB-C port for charging doesn't support the common power delivery or quick charging standards. In fact, I haven't been able to get this thing to charge from any power adapter or power bank other than the adapter it came with. USB-C charging is one of the main reasons I like these tablets for travel, so that is a huge downside of this device. Also, this model only has 6 GB of RAM. While I don't expect a ton of compute power from this class of device, I would consider 8 GB to be the absolute bare minimum amount of RAM a Windows device should have, and RAM often limits what I can do with this device. I do still find it useful though, so until I upgrade, it remains a part of my kit and a part of my normal workflow. This is the old model, and I know the new version has more RAM, but I don't know about its charging situation. Before we move on to the main compartment on this bag, I should point out that the 511 bag is hydration system compatible. I don't carry a bladder in it, but the compartment for the bladder is right up against the back of the bag and is where I will keep my clipboard or a file folder with any papers I need to carry for the day if my work requires it. Okay, on to the final compartment. The main compartment on this bag houses a lot of tech. In this top zippered area, I have a power bank and an Octopus style charging cable. This power bank is the Baseus 20,000 milliamp hour 65 watt power delivery. It is overkill for charging my phone or other mobile devices, but is great for travel. I picked this one up because of how well it pairs with the Steam Deck for long flights. The cable I keep in here doesn't support the faster charging standards, but it has a micro USB, USB-C, and lightning plug, so it works in a pinch for a variety of devices. The next zipper compartment holds a couple of larger tech accessories. First up is the mouse I use for travel, the Logitech G305. I dislike using the touchpad on my laptop for an extended amount of time, and the Logitech is a comfortable wireless mouse that runs for a long time on a single AA battery. It also has 2 programmable buttons on the side, which I use a lot. On my main computer, I use a wired gaming mouse designed for MMOs with a whole slew of buttons on it. And now I'm absolutely hooked on having extra buttons on my mouse that I can activate with my thumb. I still wanted some of that functionality with my laptop, so the G305 was the choice. Right now, the front button is copy and the back button is paste, which really helps with my workflow. This is the ZenSlab Quick Keys. It is a USB wireless device that is designed to pair with a pen tablet for graphic design, but I use it as a travel version of the Stream Deck and TourBox devices that I have on my main workstation. It gives me a jog wheel and some extra shortcut keys if I have to do any photo or video editing on the go. It isn't perfect, but I'm not exactly using it for what it was designed for, and I really like it. It is the best portable solution I've found that fits my workflow, and it works well. I also keep this mini tripod in here in case I need a tripod or a handle for handheld shots on my Canon G7X Mark III. Speaking of the Canon G7X Mark III, it lives here in this little travel case. I've talked about this camera before, so I won't go into too much detail, but it is a 20 megapixel point and shoot style mirrorless camera with a 1-inch sensor and a decent zoom range on the lens. It is pretty solid for stills and video up to 4K 30 or 1080p 120. I've added a stick-on filter mount, circular polarizer filter, and a lens cap, and a cold shoe mount to the camera for extra functionality. Next to that is my tech roll. The case itself is a ProCase electronics organizer. It secures via this elastic cord and rolls out to reveal all of the stuff inside. I really like how well this case organizes and stores a bunch of small items. Starting at the larger zipper pocket on the end, I carry a bunch of cables and cords. I have 3 long braided cables for charging and data transfer in here, including a USB-A to USB-C cable, USB-A to micro USB cable, and a USB-C to USB-C cable that supports up to 100 watts of power delivery. Between these 3 cables, I can charge most things and transfer data between a lot of different devices. Shorter cables would take up less space, but I like having the extra length for the sake of flexibility. I also have a 3.5mm male-to-male audio cable in here in case I need it. Moving on, here we have my portable hard drive. This one is a Seagate 4TB USB 3 drive. This drive stays empty and is here to back up any active projects, photos, and footage from my laptop if I can't back it up to my personal cloud while I'm out. I always keep 2 copies of any mission-critical files, and this is my solution to do that for larger stuff I create when I'm away from the office. Next is my wall wart. This one is a 128 watt charger with 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port, each supporting up to 65 watts max. The USB-C ports are Power Delivery 3.0 ports, and the USB-A port supports Quick Charge 3.0, so I can quickly charge multiple devices. This charger is the newest piece of my kit, but I'm pleased with it so far. I wanted something small that could power my travel home lab, charge my Steam Deck, and quick charge my phone all at the same time, and this does that. Next, in the little elastic loops on the tech organizer, I have a presentation remote and some more cables. Before I left my corporate job, I had to give lots of PowerPoint presentations. Now that I'm on my own, I still have to give presentations sometimes. I like this little remote just for that. It's a USB-A and USB-C on the dongle, works with Windows and Mac, has a built-in laser pointer, and runs on a single AAA battery. It is a solid little budget remote. For cables, I have a short HDMI cable in here in case I need to connect my laptop for a presentation, the cables to connect the portable hard drive to either my computer or another device by USB-A or USB-C, and a short USB-C to USB-C data cable for my CF Express card reader. Below that is 3 little pouches for USB sticks. In here, I keep a card reader and 2 thumb drives. The card reader has full-size USB and USB-C ports and connectivity slots for micro SD and full-size SD cards. This is how I dump my camera cards on the go. The thumb drives are both PNY USB 3.2 drives. One is 512 gigabytes with a personal label on it, and the other is a 256 gigabyte with a professional label on it. They're both empty, but here in case I need them. As a rule, nothing personal ever goes on the professional drive. That drive is strictly for files I would be willing to hand directly to a client. It is there so I always have a USB drive to transfer photos, media clips, documents, or presentations to a client's computer if that is how they want to do it. For any other purpose, I have the personal drive and I can use it if I need it. Finally, in these 2 smaller zipper compartments, I have some SD cards, micro SD cards, and my CF Express card reader. To finish things off, my laptop is in this sleeve here, and the power brick is in the bottom of the bag. My laptop isn't exactly anything special anymore. It was pretty great when I got it, but it's outdated now. This is an Acer Predator Helios 300 15.6-inch gaming laptop. It has an Intel i7 7700 HQ CPU, GTX 1060 6GB graphics card, 16 GB of DDR4 RAM, a 256GB NVMe SSD as the system drive, and a 2TB 2.5-inch SATA SSD for file storage. It runs Windows 10. Sometimes you get a weird look using a gaming style laptop for professional work, and this thing is a bit bulky, but the performance was great for photo work, video editing, and productivity tasks. Plus, it's good for games too. It is still fine for most of those things, and I do most of my heavy work and gaming on my desktop anyway, which is why I haven't upgraded yet. So that is what's in my bag, or at least what's in my bag today. This loadout changes from time to time and depending on what I'm doing each day, but this is pretty typical. If I'm not carrying the 511 backpack, I typically carry this Swissgear ScanSmart TSA backpack. I like it and prefer it when I'm flying. They're both great bags. If I'm traveling light and don't need the laptop and all of the tech, I'll go with the Sling instead, but the 511 bag setup is my go-to. There you have it. What do you think of my setup? What would you add or change? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.